these are my 2025 reads. Let's go. Up first, my recent read. It's called The American Roommate Experience. This was a 3 on 5 for me because first 170 pages सबसे ज्यादा ड्रैगिंग हुई है स्टोरी के अंदर, तो मुझे इतनी खास पसंद नहीं आई क्योंकि एक्सट्रीम डिटेलिंग दी हुई है कि कौन क्या कर रहा है. द स्टोरी बेसिकली इज दैट द प्रोटैगनिस्ट्स ऑफ द स्टोरी मीट ईच अदर एंड लिव टुगेदर. दिस गाय इज द cousin of her best friend, and that is the trope that they're playing with, that they share an apartment in New York and how things unfold. So if you're interested in a story like that, you can read it, but I would recommend you to skip it. It has a lot of spicy parts, so if you're into that, that will start after 170 pages. Next recent read was Happy Place by Emily Henry, and it was so heartwarming. This was one of my favorite reads in the recent past. This book is about friendship, and it is also about the protagonist couple and how their relationship unfolds. There's a group of 6 people जो लोग कॉलेज से साथ में हैं और वो हर साल एक वेकेशन हाउस में वेकेशन करने जाते हैं, and they catch up on each other's lives. Everybody is dating each other, so it's a very interesting read because अब ये लोग अपने final vacation पे जा रहे हैं because of something. The vacation house has to be emptied out, it's getting sold off. So the story unfolds between the protagonists and how they are going to navigate their long-term relationship in front of their friends. So a very heartwarming and a great story because इसके अंदर सिर्फ protagonist couple जो है उनको glorify नहीं किया है, but सबकी character building में बहुत ध्यान दिया है, which I love because I can literally visualize each character and the friendship is heartwarming. 5 on 5 from my side, you must read this. The next book is Set on You. Again, an average read for me, honestly. This is basically a story between a body positivity influencer and a gym boy and how they find each other in the gym and how their story unfolds from there. This is definitely a spicy read and I will give it a 3.5 on 5. The next favorite read of mine in the recent past is The Last Eligible Bachelor. Again, a very hot story, 100%. It's definitely a spicy one and I love the characters. Basically, जो protagonist couple है, उसके अंदर the girl is very cheerful, the guy is grumpy and he's extremely rich. It's basically their love story, how they meet on an island where she has been living for a day, and it turns out that this guy owns that island and that apartment she has been staying in, and then the fake girlfriend trope is also played out in front of the guy's mother that he can avoid his mother bringing lots and lots of rishtas for him because he's the last eligible bachelor. Again, this love story is too cute. You would love this one if you like the right balance of spice and romance. I will give this a 4.5 out of 5. The next one is Secretly Yours. Again, almost similar to the last eligible bachelor, but again, I love this trope where the girl is more cheerful and the guy is a little grumpy, and he's not actually grumpy, he's just an introvert, he's a little silent, and she is a gardener. She works for the guy's family and that is where she meets him, and he is a writer. So it's pretty interesting how things unfold between them and how the guy really goes all out for her to protect her, to make her life easier. So it's a cute one. I would give this a 4 out of 5. Now coming to the interesting bits which have actually made a difference in my life. The first is Midnight Library. It's a fiction story, but it also is something so much more than that. I feel it's a lesson for life. Basically, the protagonist in the story commits suicide because nothing was falling into place, and then she's taken into this library, which is basically life after death. The whole book shows how this girl, the protagonist of the story, lives different lives. So basically, if she ever had this urge of becoming a swimmer, she wanted to go and live that life, and she had that chance. If she wanted to become an author one day, she could live that. Next read was Power Ka Concised Version. This is a huge book, bestseller, but I didn't like this because it's very negative for me. I personally don't like manipulating people, but this is how the world works. So if you want to know more about how other people think and how big people think, this might be interesting for you. But for me, it was a 2 on 5. The final read, which has actually changed my life, is The Artist's Way. This is literally hands down the best thing you can do for your creativity. It's a 12-week course and not a book. इसके अंदर आपको कम से कम 12 एक्टिविटीज मिलेंगी करने के लिए, जहाँ पे आपको मॉर्निंग पेजेस लिखने हैं, आपको एक आर्टिस्ट डेट करनी है अपने लिए, और आपको रिफ्लेक्ट करना है एट द एंड ऑफ ईच वीक. एंड दिस हैज लिटरली चेंज्ड माई लाइफ. I feel healed after reading this and implementing everything that is there in this book. बहुत सारी activities है. It is very very time consuming, but I completed my 12 weeks and I'm so proud of myself for now being creative, and I'm now in touch with myself because of this. So this gets a 5 on 5 for me, even exceeds that expectation. If you lost touch with your creativity, please read this book and implement this in your life and you'll see a change. That's all from my side. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.